Disney is seriously considering an Alita Battle Angel sequel, according to a source from We Got This Covered. We break down this rumor, analyze whether it's believable, and give you all of the details, as well as a box office update with Alita back in theaters in South Korea. The Doctor is in. What's up guys, Doc Ito here with another Alita update. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any free repairs. And check out the link below for our second channel where we do more Alita analysis. So let's dig into this article. We Got This Covered says Disney's reportedly seriously considering an Alita Battle Angel sequel by Scott Campbell. For a long time it seemed as though manga adaptation Alita was set to remain firmly in development hell. Cameron had been attached to the project in some capacity since 1997. Since we know he isn't the fastest filmmaker, and with his attention on Avatar, it seemed that he had his hands tied. However, we know the story that after working on Avatar, he didn't have the time for Alita, so he handed the reins over to Robert Rodriguez while still acting as producer and co-writer. Alita made it into theaters last year, where it turned out to be solid if unspectacular hit with both fans and critics. Well, it was a spectacular hit with fans. Critics were divided, to say the least, but the box office brought in $405 million against a $170 million budget, which looked like a sequel could be long in the reins, with Disney now controlling 20th Century Studios. $405 million is right around break-even or a little above, as we've seen reports between $350 million to $500 million for the break-even price. I think $350 million is the correct one, so the movie has turned a profit. More importantly, Alita quickly went on to find a second life as a cult favorite. This is where our work as Alita Army Online goes, getting more people involved with the movie as well as all of our campaigns, which you see We Got This Covered has covered, like the Oscar banner over the Oscars, the online sequel petition, as well as everything else we have done for this movie after Jon Landau recommended and encouraged us to let Disney know we want a sequel. The movie became the subject of a huge campaign, and we've now heard that the Mouse House might actually be listening. Great news if this is the case. According to our sources, the same ones who told us a Percy Jackson TV show is in the works, true, and that a live-action remake of Robin Hood and Bambi are in development, all of which were correct, the studio are now reportedly considering green-lighting an Alita sequel, the moment we would all be waiting for if this turns out to be the case. The higher-ups have noticed both the strong home video sales, which we have been covered before the website, the numbers just changed everything, but we'll get to them at some point in the future, and a passionate fan base that is getting bigger, which has led to discussions behind the scenes on returning to the 26th century for another outing. They continue, it's not clear if it'd be a full-blown big screen sequel or a Disney Plus exclusive with a lower budget. But the news that they've even considered going back to the world of Alita Battle Angels should be enough to generate excitement among the fans and mobilize the online troops who vocally supported the movie over the last 18 months. Yes, we are energized and we are excited, but this is where I start analyzing things here. This is a great thing if it's true, if they are working behind the scenes on getting an Alita Battle Angel sequel, but we don't know if this is true, and We Got This Covered does not necessarily have the best reputation. So let's dig into this a little bit. If you look at different subreddits about We Got This Covered, it's actually been banned from some because of how many rumors they put out. So this is posted from 8 months ago. Crisp Coco. This is in 2 days. They say Ewan McGregor has an MCU role, Denzel Washington is playing Magneto, a Lord of the Rings star is going to the MCU, Doctor Strange, resurrecting 2 characters, Marvel is doing an R rating. I mean, they have just rumors after rumor after rumor. And is this one of the things where, you know, even a broken clock is right a couple times a day, where they put out so many rumors that some of them are true? So of course take this with a grain of salt, but they have been right. Here's another thing here, you know, Disney considering buying Spider-Man back from Sony. And remember that whole brouhaha with Disney, Sony, and Spider-Man? Well, Spider-Man ended up coming back to the MCU with Disney and Sony coming together to make a deal. Here's another thread. What are most reliable, least reliable sources? And We Got This Covered here. Ranger Red says it's a terrible site. They have sources that can't be backed up. But on the other hand, here is We Got This Covered, you know, 8 months ago, and they say Percy Jackson is being rebooted as a streaming service, and they claim that this source that told them this was the same source that told them that Alita is being considered to be greenlit. In this Percy Jackson article, they say our source is the same one who told us Marvel was developing Miss Marvel and She-Hulk, and they said Percy Jackson is coming. So that was 8 months ago. Then we go to February. This is 2 months ago, or 3 months ago, sorry. Time is very fluid right now. The movie adaptations did make an impression, but fans are hopeful the Percy Jackson books could find Elisa as a TV show. Is a Percy Jackson TV series happening? Here's what we know. Recent rumors suggest a TV show could be in the works. In late 2019, We Got This Covered published a series of reports saying a reliable source informed them this was happening. So this source told We Got This Covered back in 8 months ago this was going to happen, and then Screen Rant picked it up a couple months ago that, is this happening? Is this not? Well, Variety, Percy Jackson series in development at Disney Plus. This is May 14th. This just dropped a couple days ago. So this rumor, 8 months later, has been confirmed. Of course, this is a Disney Plus series. Could Alita be heading down that route? It could. We're hopeful for a full sequel, but I could understand where there could be issues, especially in this current environment where Disney doesn't want to spend the money for a big movie, and they may do a Disney Plus series, and who knows, maybe if that is very successful, they would want to bring Alita back to the big screen. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. However, the fact that this source, the same one, was correct is encouraging. Here's another story from We Got This Covered. Bambi live action remake in development at Disney 9 months ago. According to our sources, the same ones who revealed that an Aladdin sequel is in the works last month before it was confirmed, says that they're doing Bambi. So again, the same source that told them about Alita. And then this is confirmation in January. Bambi is next up for Disney. So that rumor also turned out to be correct from the same source. Finally, Disney are developing a live-action Robin Hood remake. We Got This Covered. Again, the same source that told us about Aladdin and Miss Marvel and a She-Hulk, all of which have been confirmed. And then, this was 9 months ago, then April, Robin Hood remake in the works at Disney, exclusive. So this is, again, a series where about 7, 8 months before the rumor was confirmed, they put out this rumor from the same source. So I think, what does this all mean? There are probably talks behind the scenes about making Alita Battle Angel sequel. There we go. So about making the sequel happen. And the fact that we are getting this report is very good news. It's one of a few things. Either they are talking about it and it's not going to happen, and that's why this rumor would be wrong, because they're in preliminary discussion. However, the other possibility, of course, is this goes through, and then maybe 7 to 8 months, we're looking at, sometime in the winter, we're going to hear a confirmation for a Disney Plus series or a sequel for Alita, which would be fantastic. The other thing that could be happening is they're putting out feelers. They see that, Alita Army is interested. Yes, there are some fans, but how are we going to respond to this article? So I think we need to share it. Maybe we need to get in there in the comments and say something where we are super excited. They've only got, I guess I just gave them another recommendation here, but there's not a lot of comments. I'll put this in the text, in the description below. Head on down, tell them you're excited, because who knows, Alita sequel confirmed or whatever, Alita sequel is happening, and you have no comments. I mean, where is the excitement here? We got to get people voting, only 17 votes. So I would say hop in the comments, share it. This is good news. Whether or not this happens, this is good news for them to even be talking about a sequel, for Disney to reportedly be considering an Alita sequel after a year, after all we've been through, where really the fans of this movie has been keeping it in the forefront. This is very encouraging, and we're going to keep you updated, of course, when anything happens, when any news comes on. Now, I don't know if this is related, but Rosa Salazar on Instagram has disappeared. She's been posting frequently about Alita, even calling Alita Army out to help her out with a book for one of her friends. So she has been very vocal and supporting Alita and talking to us as fans, but now she took down her Instagram. She's done this before. So it's not a surprise. I don't know if it's related to this. Probably not, but who knows? And Rosa, we miss you. Come back. We've reported the petition crossed 150,000 signatures for an Alita sequel yesterday. If you haven't signed, do so, as it's going up more significantly over the last few days. Finally, let's talk about the box office. So as we talked about yesterday, surprisingly, Alita came back in theaters. In South Korea. This was May 10th, and on May 10th it was 11th. She actually finished 9th at the last weekend's box office, and I didn't look through all of these days because it's actually kind of hard to find, but here is the box office for May 15th. So last weekend it made about $20,000 in South Korea. May 15th it actually fell a lot, falling all the way to 54th at $132. So it only made $132. However, the number of screens for Alita was just 3. So it played in only 3 theaters, and 30 people went and made $130. So, about 10 per theater. That's really not that bad. I mean, Parasite was in 10 theaters, also had only 30 people go, and you know, we wish obviously it was more. They're obviously playing movies here as they're coming back and opening up theaters. They have some older movies up. So here's Alita again on Sunday. 5 theaters, 39 people, and $180. So 180 here. I mean, we're probably not even getting to $1,000. 130 here. And then I guess May 14th, I think this was Friday. No, I did this wrong. No, yeah, this is Friday. This is Saturday. I looked through Sunday. I couldn't find it on the list. So probably it only made about $300 or so last weekend over the 20,000 it made prior. But we, like I mentioned, are asking Cinemark to get the movie back in theaters in the U.S. as they asked, you know, what movie do you want back once they open theaters back up, and you know, we want Alita. And a whole bunch of us have said the same thing. So it'd be great if we can reach out to movie theaters and get it back as well. And absolutely, oh, Interstellar is amazing. I'd love to see both. So, you know, keep up the good fight. Keep on supporting Alita. Surprise here for sure with the rumor. We're hoping it's true. We might not find out for a while, but continue fighting. We do not stand by in the presence of evil. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit up our second channel. And you all have a great day. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Doc out.